Talofa and welcome back to Aunty Tala, the program where you tell us about your problems and myself and my panel will help you solve them. Wow, I've got the most amazing panel. That's right, I've got one of my ex-boyfriends, a great actor. I first saw him on Shortland Avenue. Please give it up for Tekohe, also known as TK. Wow, yeah. You can give me CPR anytime. Now, my favorite singer of all time, great to have her here. Please put your hands together for Lavinia Williams. Wow, yeah. Now, here's someone you've seen on stage and also on TV and everything. Was in Australia, now going to London for a Lion King. Nick Afua, yeah. Wow. Great to have you guys here. Yeah, oh, thank you for having me. Yeah. Now to the main part of our program where you ask our question and our panel will help you with your answer. Now, talking about Australia, Nick has just come from there. I think this is a very important question. Let's go to our video.
Hey Aunty Tala, I have a question for you. Why are Australian Islanders really competitive with New Zealand Islanders?
Wow, I mean, what a name, Marwan. What do you think, TK?
Well, first off, awesome question, Marwan. I personally haven't come across it myself. I've spent a little bit of time in Australia. I've spent most of my time here in New Zealand. So as an example of that, I think the people who can't make it here in New Zealand go to Australia because maybe it's a bigger country, opportunities are greater, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're any better when they left. Yeah. And when they come and do any of the competitions and they get stepped and try scored on them or anything else, it just bring back to reality.
Wow,
really.
yeah. Wow, thanks, DK.
Hey, you like that?
Yeah, I was busy looking at your muscles. Well, because you lived here, Lavina, in Australia, any examples or any experience you have between these things?
Yeah, moving to Australia in 2003, the difference I saw with New Zealand Pacific Islanders versus Australian Pacific Islanders, Maui, the accent. When I left South Auckland and I moved to Australia, they were like shrimp on the barbie and they thought they were cool, but I was like ulpua'a on the barbie, that's better. And I'm like, come on man, that's what our Samoans were growing up on, and so they sort of sometimes forget about that and they think they're cool and everything by all this accent business, but it's not like that.
Well, what about you, Nick? Because you lived there, children there, is it? But anyway, what have you experienced with your long time living in Australia?
When I first moved there and played Simba, I soon noticed that people tried to start to claim me as Australian, including the islanders living in Australia. And I think being in the position where you have a lot of coverage, I made sure that people knew that I was proud to be from New Zealand and I was a Samoan that grew up in New Zealand. So I think for me, using that example, I think I just made sure that people knew. And so young people looking up to that go, okay, he still remembers who he is, where he's from. And not being arrogant about it, but still being proud. And you got to kind of find the middle.
Wow. What was it like playing Simba?
It was amazing.
Yeah?
It was good.
Do you ever like do the lion roars? Stop it! Oh, Nick, that's awesome. Anyway, Marwan, we want to help you, and I'm now going to hand it over to TK. What advice have you got for Marwan?
Well, Marwan, if I was to give you any advice based on your question, it would be just focus on what you're up to. Don't worry about what anybody else is up to, regardless if it's competitiveness or not. You know, you just maintain your own integrity and do what you need to do.
Wow, that's very nice. Yeah, thank you, TK. You wicked me. What about you, Lavina? What advice can you give Marwan to help him with his name?
Hi Marwan, beautiful name. Unusual but beautiful. Never forget your roots and always make sure that you compete with yourself. Just try and make yourself better every day. Who cares about what everybody else says about it? Just make sure that you never forget where you come from.
Wow, that's very nice. But how would you say it as Rafiki?
No.
Oh, wow. That really got me. It really got me. Oh, thank you, Lavina. Now, Nick, what advice can you help Marwan with his competitive with Aotearoa and Australia?
Yeah, like these guys said, Marwan, competition is healthy, but just be aware of when it's getting too much. And just always remember that as islanders compared to the rest of the world, we're small. And so if we stick together, there's power in numbers, and the world is your oyster.
All right, I would be your oyster anytime. Yeah, we've had some amazing comments, especially with TK, Lavina. They talk about, you just work on yourself, worry about yourself, and then Nick really bringing it together with whatever rubbish it was he was talking about. But the only advice I have for you, Marwin, is listen to this. Just because you live in a garage, it doesn't make you a car. The world is your ostrich. So make sure you look after yourself. We see you again next week, same time, same place, same. Bye!